All right, so let's start off with a recap here. I gotta get some
We
jams for myself.
we were so overloaded with emotion and exposition that we needed a month break process. Is what it
Yes,
was.
that's a good way to look at it, because it was a lot. Um, I believe it started off with you guys being in a sandstorm. Very, very hard to see and a little bit painful. It was actually hurting. You tried to kind of, I think Stab started digging a little bit of a trench, maybe to take some shelter, but you guys just trudged on regardless. And you left, Hayes, you had a peacock with you, I believe, as well.
Just for a little bit.
It was a dead peacock. It was gutted, and you kind of just dumped it off. And when you couldn't control the sands, you were heavily discouraged, but you pressed on regardless. Eventually, you guys came to, I guess you could call it an exit, a little bit of a clearing from the sandstorm itself, but you could still see it in directions far in the distance when you popped out. And you saw a young boy, almost looked like a tiefling, a little bit more devilish than normal. He seemed to be playing catch with a spiky plant, just throwing a ball and it sticking into it. That little boy's name was Tarlock. He was a interesting little guy. Seemed very excited to meet you, excited to talk to you. You told him some stories, and he laughed with you and commented on how awesome they sounded, and even gave you a gift. Bracelets of whatever you wanted them to look like on your wrists. They had an incredible power to them that you found out quite quickly. When you cast an attack on one of your friends with one of your spells, I think it was Haze? Did you use Ray of Frost?
I did.
You realized it hurt whoever you were shooting at, as long as they had that bracelet on. In fact, it absorbed the magic into the bracelet. So all of you gained a pretty powerful artifact. Tarlock led you indoors to his father, Arlock, who seemed to be running a shanty of a tavern. It looked like in the middle of Avernus. It looked like garbage on the outside. On the inside, not so much. Pretty nice. You sat down, you spoke with Arlock, he brought you bread from the back. To one of you, it tasted like bread. To the other three, it tasted amazing. Whatever you wanted it to taste like, tasted just like that. Very delicious. Shortly after that, Arlock asked if, I think he mentioned something about a back alley market, which sounds like, what the hell's he talking about? That you're in the middle of Avernus, in the middle of a tavern, and you head outside and head around the corner, and there's this market loaded with shops the moment you go down it. Almost like you're teleported to a different plane. Everything seems to be a little bit off. You guys picked up on that quite quickly, but there were shops. People were talking, selling things like there's the knife vendor, there's the spoon vendor. Like there was an individual vendor for almost anything you could look for. Then something a little odd happened, and here's where things took a bit of a more dramatic turn. One by one, it almost looked like one of you went unconscious just for a moment, and then you snapped back up and went back to normal with all your friends. Y'all kind of picked up on that. I don't know if in character or out of character y'all noticed. I think out of character you all noticed it, but in character it's kind of like, oh, that was weird, and you went on about your business. Every time that happened, whoever it was went into the deep recesses of their minds. You were experiencing something strange, something that you had to deal with at one point or another. For Stab, it was a tragic act of surviving with just one other person in starvation. For Elgin, it was his loyalty to his deity and not getting strayed from his path. For Hayes, it was an accident of a sudden gain of power to save his own life. And for Doya, it was his neglect for his young pupil whose life was taken too soon. All of you were confronted with these events, and you dealt with them how you saw fit. And every time one of you dealt with this event, you snapped back to normal. Back in these markets, shopping around for, I don't know, maybe there's a potion vendor, or maybe you needed some rope, or even corks. There's the cork vendor, whatever it may be. I don't think y'all have talked in great detail about what you went through. A couple of you have, but all of you went through that heavy experience and came out wondering, what the fuck? essentially. We left off with a young boy, not Tarlock himself, but just a boy wearing a standard, looks like a peasant boy almost, just standing there with a stoic face, just looking up at you, telling you when you're ready to leave, let him know. And that's exactly where we left off. All that being said, I think we can finally hop back over into those markets. So, as I said before, you're in these markets just shopping around, but at the same time kind of a miss, or at a loss for words on what you went through, standing with your friends, with this just young stranger just staring up at you. What would you like to do?
Man, I have to remember what I was shopping for. See if I got it. Ah. Young boy.
you turn to the kid and just say young boy, Adam, is that what you're doing?
Yeah. I'm just gonna throw it out there, see how it feels.
There should be music playing too. It might play in a moment here, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's playing.
Okay, cool.
Ming, you're kind of quiet too.
Oh, am I? Has to be like touching my lips when I fucking talk. It's weird.
I think we had also just kind of all come to the realization that something strange had just happened to each of us. By the time it got to like person 3, looking down at the boy, what does the boy look like again?
He's actually, he looks like a young human boy. His skin is slightly tanned. He's wearing a standard, what you'd expect to be like a peasant tunic, some pants that don't go all the way down to his ankles, but just a bit above, and no shoes at all. And a little bit dirty, but he's just looking up at you with a blank face, almost like he's just waiting.
I was thinking of like the Chimney Sweep Boys when I was thinking about him.
Like with a whole Oliver Twist
Yeah.
accent. Like, that's right, I do.
Right, so I could show you the exit.
That's right, Bob's your uncle.
I'll look back down at him. I'll say, so you're in control of.
Without just batting an eyebrow or blinking or anything, he just stares up and says, "When you wish to leave, let me know."
Yeah, the people here are broken.
I'll what shop are we standing in front of right now?
Right now
I just bought the crowbar.
you're standing in front of a shop that seems to be selling just cheese, but only one type of cheese. It seems to be all provolone cheese.
Is it like a full wheel, or all of it full wheels, or is it like just like a wedge grab?
It looks like just a bunch of wheels, not even cut.
Okay, I look at the boy and I turn back to the cheese stand, and I just grab a wheel of cheese off of the counter, and I turn and say, "If we buy this, does it come with us, or is this imaginary as well?"
He turns and looks at the wheel of cheese that you're holding, to which the shopkeep is also you're kind of like ignoring him, but you hear him going,
Yeah.
"Wheel of cheese, 5 silver," just right next to you. But the boy looks back to you and says, "Everything you buy is yours. Tell me when you wish to leave."
I'll kind of look back at him and nod. I'll put the cheese wheel back. I'm not paying for that cheese.
I'm actually going to grab that cheese wheel, and I'll pay the 5 silver.
Okay. you
And
gain 1 wheel of cheese.
I'm going to turn to the boy and go, "I am, in fact, buying a wheel of cheese, correct?"
He just stares at you blankly.
Well, that's what he said. He said you buy the cheese, you get the cheese. It's real cheese, 100% real cheese.
We're not on our normal plane. My question, I guess, was more, are we buying an experience or are we buying an object?
I don't know, man. I feel like if you buy the cheese in the plane, you buy the cheese in real life. You know what I mean?
One would hope.
If we die here, do we die in real life as well?
Yeah, you know what I'm going for.
What is this place? I mean, we clearly have no control here. And who knows what stands are just further down. Is anybody looking for anything specific?
Man, I think we saw a potion stand, but it was like 20. It was like 200 gold for one potion or something. And that's the only thing I wanted, so I'm
They
good
were
to go
quite
whenever.
proud of potion. Elgin, is there anything you were looking for? It seems like we could cure just about anything.
Well, honestly, I feel I have no want. But if we could find anything,
Maybe a
our
holy
friend here
symbol?
could guide us to pretty much anything we want, I assume. I assume, little boy, creator and ruler of this strange realm, that you could take us to whatever type of shop we're trying to get to, yes?
Anything you would expect to find in a general store, I can take you to.
And such a charismatic person, too. Bonus.
what I have need of, maybe some new arms. Is there a place that might have some weaponry, maybe? A blacksmith?
If you caught any glimpses of me when you said that, I was actually looking at your arms like there was something wrong with you.
I mean armaments.
Which armament do you seek?
Well, now that you put it that way, I didn't realize I'd have the world to choose from. I would like something befitting of a warrior as holy as I. Maybe a warhammer. Possibly, I would even consider a flail. Something useful.
Would you like me to take you to the Warhammer booth or the flail booth?
Well,
You have to be specific with him. What's your name?
take me to the Warhammer booth. I said I would never go there, but I guess now it has finally happened. You have forced my hand, boy. Take me to the Warhammer booth.
I look at Stab and say, "It's happening. It's finally happening."
The young peasant boy turns around and just starts walking down this alleyway casually. As you walk by, it's rather quiet. Like all the vendors, it's almost like they're all just staring at you as you walk by, but none of them are saying anything. They just watch with just basic expressions. You walk for about maybe 2 minutes, following behind this child, until he turns and just points, and you see a stall. It's not very decorated, but there seem to be just piles and piles of warhammers behind him. None of them even hanging up. They're just kind of stacked on each other loosely.
Do they all look the same?
They all look very much identical.
I'm gonna
seems
Stab's
to be
gonna
a-
walk up to Elgin and be like, "Hey man, I don't know if these are worth it." And then he's gonna look towards the entire group and be like, I don't know if we should be here long, guys, because I don't know what I was doing when I blacked out, but I was doing something, and I don't like it. We should probably get out of here."
Elgin will need a minute. There's at least 40,000 hammers to go through here.
I just want to get like I just want to walk up to, we'll say not the first one I see, but I just say, hey, what's a good deal on a warhammer?
It's actually a dwarf man you're talking to, standing at the counter, and he says, "Warhammers here, 15 gold for a warhammer. 2 warhammers, 30 gold."
Well, that's not much of a deal. That's just the same price, but twice.
Usually you'd get some kind of a bulk discount.
Maybe get the second one for equal or lesser value. Maybe.
When you say this, actually, are y'all looking at the dwarf? Who's looking at the dwarf?
I'm looking at him.
I'm like halfway paying it. Not like close looking at.
Elgin, make a perception check.
Ooh. Let's see what we got here. I got a 12.
Okay. You're kind of you're looking at this vendor while talking about not being a deal, and then after you say that, he just says, "Warhammer, 15 gold. 2 warhammers, 25 gold."
Now there's a deal, if I've ever heard.
Well, that's actually quite the sale. Well, well, now that you've said that, you've made me reevaluate the situation. Might I don't really have a need of 2, though. I'd be willing to pay for a single warhammer. 15 gold, you say?
1 warhammer, 15 gold.
Will it smite my foes for me? Will it be a trusty hammer? Good make.
1 warhammer, 15 gold. What a steal.
Give it the old test swing. Give it the old test swing. Here, I got you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab. I know I have like a dead body on me right now of like a rat or something, but I didn't write it down. But I know I have a dead body.
You know
We'll
that
get
for
it
a
out.
fact, huh?
Yeah.
I
get
know
it
where
out.
the body is, and it's an abyssal chicken corpse. And
Oh
it's
yeah!
open.
Yeah,
Does
give
have
us a
one
good
of
old
those.
smash. Give us a good old smash.
Yeah,
Try it out.
I'll kind of I'll hold the warhammer and I'll just kind of this is balanced, and then I'll give it a whack. And,
What happens to the chicken, Jamie?
You know what? It's gonna be an auto hit. He's not making a roll for anything. You take this warhammer and you grip it tightly, as Stab just holds it out from him, dangling, and this thing just splatters. I'm talking like it had an explosive in it. Splatters as you swing right through it. A little bit of gore and viscera gets on whoever was close to you guys, and especially
It
Stab.
was me. Yeah. But, damn. Stab's gonna start scooping up all the chicken. You don't
It's-
want rations to go to waste.
It's small. You're not gonna be able to get anything worthwhile, but you can take just small chunks.
Stab is
ground.
gonna give up after 3 chunks,
All right.
but it was worth it to see the
Could be good for
explosion.
soup. No need to waste good chicken.
I'll hand over the 15 gold for the warhammer. I'll hand over. I'll put it on the table and kind of slide it over to him and say, "You've just sold a warhammer, my good man, Master Dwarf."
He responds with 1 warhammer, 15 gold.
And I'll say, yes. It's right there. And I'll tap it. I'll tap on the table right next to it. And be like, just kind of like right here.
You see him
See.
reach out while looking at you still, and he scoops it towards him and off the table, and you clearly hear it hit the ground.
Like I'm like, so what? Basically, what I'm gonna do is like I'm gonna like I still have the warhammer in the other hand. I'm just gonna kind of take it and kind of swing it around a couple of times, again whistling as I walk away.
All right, you leave the counter and head back to your group.
Yes.
Young boy. Steven. I'll call you Steven. Steven. Would there by chance be a stand that specializes in enhancing or improving existing items, or are we just selling new stuff here?
General store items only.
Well, in that case, can you take me to the magnifying glasses?
He turns and actually starts walking back the way you came from, right after you say that. If everyone's following, he only walks for about 30 seconds this time, and then points to another stand. As an older woman just standing behind the counter with magnifying glasses that seem to just be laying on the ground behind her. These aren't even neatly organized, they're just piled up.
Do they all look exactly the same?
All of them seem to have some sort of wooden handle with a metal tip at the bottom, and then a metal rounding with a lens at the top of them. Every single one of them. Same color. Same. It almost looks like the same, like, accidental nicks and whatnot in them, too, if you're looking closely.
I would like to walk up to the vendor, look at them, and just deadpan. Magnifying glass. 1 silver. And just kind of lean in.
You lean in saying that, and before we go into that, Doya, were you saying something too?
I have a question. When we were walking to the Warhammer section, did we notice a giant pile of magnifying glasses on our way?
No, I'm gonna say you guys were just following him, and you weren't really looking around too much, but if you, well, it's hard to say. I'm gonna say since no one asked to look around while they were walking, you're not sure.
Okay.
Okay, every time I'm gonna ask to look around now.
that's we could deal with that as we go. Hey, as you say that, leaning forward, and the elderly lady responds with, "Magnifying glasses, 1 for 100 gold."
No, that's just a bit silly.
What a steal.
These, for a fine magnifying glass, sure, but this, I mean, and I'll pick one up, and I just want to kind of, almost kind of wiggle it, shake it in my hand a little bit, and get a sense of the quality of it.
Has Hayes dealt with magnifying glasses before?
Yes.
Then it feels like something you would have expected back maybe from a school you've attended, or maybe you went to go study magic a little bit. Or yeah, on a ship. Yeah, actually, good point. It feels just like a magnifying glass from back then.
$100 gold. That's the best. That's the best we can do.
Magnifying glasses, 100 gold each.
Steven, I feel like this is highway robbery. To be quite honest, this is insane.
He looks up at you for a moment, and then at the old woman. Make a perception check, Hayes. Okay. Just after you sigh and look at the magnifying glass, you hear the old woman speak up again. Magnifying glasses, 85 gold each.
Hey.
Now that's a little closer to. You know
Dab
what?
wants to get to the counter and stare her down and make a perception check in order to get it cheaper. He's just gonna go like that and just stare right in her face.
What are you looking for while you stare at her face?
Just staring deep into her eyes.
Okay, make a perception check.
See what happens. Uh-oh. How do I do that? Been so long. There it is. Nope, that's persuasion. There it is.
Okay, just locking eyes with her. She doesn't even blink as you stare at her for about a good 10 seconds.
How much were the magnifying glasses? Stab was gonna say that to the old lady.
Magnifying glasses, 85 gold each.
Ah, I tried.
I want to just take a quick moment, and I'll turn around and say, "One moment. This is quite an expense here." And I'll kind of get down and kind of squat down. And as I'm doing so, I want to kind of turn back. Can I see on the ground, like, look under the table and see, is there any coins or anything just on the ground?
So you're looking under her stall, kinda?
Yeah.
And you don't see any coins down there.
Well, all right. I feel like this is... I suppose it's best to give it to whatever this thing is than a devil demon. All right, you have a deal. 75 gold.
And she responds with, magnifying glasses, 85 gold each.
Well, it was worth a try. All right, and I'll take 85 gold out and put it on the table.
Wait, what's the magnifying glass for? You sure you want to spend that much on that?
What else am I going to buy? Should I buy a big war hammer like Elgin and flail it around?
I mean, honestly, yeah, that'd be better than flailing around like a
I
magnifying
can't lift
glass.
that!
To be fair, I just wanted an alternative.
Magnifying glass. 1.
Can't you just like make a ice lens or something?
It will melt.
I didn't think of that. All right.
And it's cloudy.
If it's cloudy, you can't use a normal magnifying glass.
No, I'm saying the ice is cloudy. It's not clear.
Oh, okay. Gotta get that checked out. All right.
I don't know if they have any magic practitioners here in... Well,
I don't
hell.
think there's a lens masters in Avernus.
And I'll take a magnifying glass.
Make sure you guys are adding all the stuff to your inventory, too.
Oh, also, just as a sidebar, I want to take... There's a long sword I have in my possession that I wanted to put in the bag of holding.
Oh, as Stab sees him do that, Stab also notices he has 2 booming longswords, and he wants to put those into the bag of holding too.
Just
I was like, oh, that's smart. I don't feel like... oh yeah, I was just carrying these all day, man.
All right,
Let me
Doria,
put that shit in there.
you're the inventory keeper. Make sure to take care of that.
2 booming longswords.
And then I think Elgin had one too.
Yeah,
Or
I
he
have
just
one
had
too.
Okay.
I think mine was just a regular long sword, I believe.
Can you give me a little bit of information about a booming longsword, Jamie?
I can. Stab, do you have them in front of you? I can pull it up real quick if
I
not.
do.
Yeah, go ahead and tell 'em.
I displayed it in VTT.
Yeah, there you go.
This might be a custom weapon I made.
No, that's not the details. Here, I got you. Don't worry. I'll pull it up. Let's see. Actually, I'll give you details in a minute, Doya, because it's in a different PDF I got saved on here. But just you put the booming longswords away for now.
And 2 regular or a regular longsword?
Yeah, just a regular longsword.
Let's see
Nothing
if I can
fancy
find one
about
of
it.
those. Longsword. Got it. Anything else in or out?
I'm just looking through my stuff. I got some stuff.
I think I'm set.
I got somebody's bedroll in here. A flask of deep red tinged substance. Don't remember what that was all about. I got a shatter spike we didn't use.
It'll come in handy later.
That figures.
Hold on.
Oh,
Why
wait,
do I
I
have
wonder-
winged boots?
Steven, is there an oil vendor?
Stab. Shh. The boy looks
Oh.
up at you and then says, "What oil are you looking for?"
What do you... just... something flammable. If we're being just completely frank.
As soon as you say something flammable, the boy turns and starts walking down the alleyway again. Back again from the direction you came from. From the direction of the Warhammers, actually. You walk down there for about 1 minute, past the Warhammer booth, until you approach another stall to which the boy points. And this time, looks like a tiefling, a little bit older, but not too old, is standing there. And he is saying, "Flasks of oil for sale, 5 gold.
Ah, a brother, sister. I just kind of look. Is it a man or a woman?
It's a man.
Brother. Sorry, eyes not quite what they used to be. How much did you say for a flask of oil?
Flasks of oil, 5 gold.
5 gold. Yes, that does sound right. But you know, us tieflings, especially down here, to stick together a little bit, right? Help each other out. I just bought a really fucking expensive magnifying glass. Could use a little bit of a break. I've made my contribution to the community. Maybe help me out on the oil a little bit here.
When you say that, the boy looking up at you says, "You asked for flammable oil. You did not specify how flammable." He points at the stall and says, "This one is 5 gold. Whale oil. Extremely flammable. Do you want less flammable?"
No, I suppose most flammable is what I'm looking. 4 gold? 4? Come on, 1 gold. 20% discount. Come on.
You hear the boy sigh, and make a perception check for me. Okay, you look at the vendor after you hear the boy sigh, and you notice his eyes like go in the back of his head, and he just does a quick shake, real quick, like his head just jerks, and he's just staring back at you almost as if nothing happened, and he says, "Flasks of oil, 3 gold."
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right.
He saw that shit.
See, we stick together.
Did anyone
Whatever
else?
that was very strange, but it got me a discount, so here we are. 3
It was
gold.
just him that saw that, right?
Yeah, unless he's the only one who walked up to the
Okay.
stall, unless anyone said otherwise. You pass over 3 gold, and he slides it off the table right to him, and you hear it clang on the ground. And he hands you a flask of oil.
Stab wants to go to the counter after seeing the coin drop and look and just see if it's on the floor.
Like under the counter?
Yeah, see if he could see where the coin dropped.
Sure. You go to the ground and you look to see if any coins are down there, maybe under the stall. You don't see any whatsoever.
Okay, this is weird. But you got your whale oil, didn't you? Didn't you, buddy?
I did get my whale oil.
Yeah,
This is the closest I've been
magnifying
to the
glass.
sea since we've been down here.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
make sure to notate that that's whale oil specifically. It's gonna do something a little more than just an oil flask.
Okay. Anybody else need anything?
I think I'm okay.
Doya, do you need some whale oil too?
I think I'm good on whale oil. Something that might be useful later on is a water skin, especially if it has water in it. I'll turn
Yeah.
towards the boy.
Yes, that's a good idea.
What were you asking for, Doya?
Why
Water
did I
skin.
think of that? We're in a desert.
Preferably with water.
You asked for water skins. You're asking for them already filled or just water skins?
Pre-filled.
Okay, and he continues walking down the alleyway that you were heading down.
And not with vomit water, Steven. Regular water.
You clarify just to be safe, because they may have just had a liquid in it and not water. But you continue on, and eventually you do make it to another stall. It seems to be a lot of just kind of crescent moon shaped, not fully, but halfway, water
Hold on,
skins just lining the stall behind the vendor. This time it's
Stab wants
just...
to
Oh, go ahead.
nudge. Oh, sorry. Before we go there, Stab wants to nudge Hayes. Be like, how much do you think this will cost? You want to make a bet?
My guess. 15.
No way, dude. More than 100. How much you want to bet? It's gonna be more than 100 gold. Magnifying glass, 85 gold. Precious water.
It's
gotta
a
be
nice
over 100
magnifying
gold.
glass. Well,
That's a shit magnifying glass. I'd find it in any school, just abandoned.
how many schools have we passed on the way here? Stab. None. There are no
We did
schools
pass
here.
that
Because we
one
don't
in
need
El Terrell.
schools.
It was filled with devils, not
And
magnifying
dead
glasses.
children.
Yeah,
And
but
see
that's
what's-
not what he asked. He asked how many schools have we passed.
He has a point.
50
All right. Well,
gold.
I'm saying it's over 100.
I say
All right.
50.
Let's.
You make it to the
Uh,
water skin stand. And wait, what was that? Is that Elgin?
I was,
Doyle?
no, it was me. I want to ask a question.
Sure.
Does it feel like we're actually moving the distance we're moving? Because I got a feeling that we're just like standing in place.
It
But
certainly
I'm curious.
feels like you walked for about 20 seconds to this next stall. You feel the fatigue of someone walking for 20 seconds.
We're on a giant treadmill.
Mm-hmm. We're in the Matrix.
Human man stands at this stall. And who's approaching the stall? Is this you, Doya?
This is Doya.
I want to go too. Where Stab wants to go.
Okay, you both walk up, and the vendor says, 5 silver for water skins with water.
Stab is gonna look back at Hayes and be like, like the fucking
I'll look back and
fuck
just
is
kind
with
of.
these prices.
We overbid. Who knew?
Uh,
I want to keep focused. I'm standing back. I'm watching Stevens.
Okay, Steven is just standing there right now.
I'll take 2, good sir.
And the vendor just stares at you.
Stab would also like to take 2, so I'll take 2 as well.
Are they filled with water?
Water skins, 5 silver.
Before taking the water skin, Stab wants to just jiggle it a little bit, see if it's cold.
So you reach out and just grab a water skin?
Yeah, and just like kind of flop it around and just
Give it a good
see-
squeeze.
give it a
Definitely
squeeze.
sounds and feels liquidy.
He's gonna open it and be like, "Does it
Doesn't
smell like
really-
water?"
Doesn't really have a smell. If anything, it smells a little bit like leather.
Okay. Alrighty, here, you drop these on the ground, and it's gonna be 10 silver for the 2 water packs.
Okay, those are a little heavy too, so when you add them to your inventory, keep that in mind. You buy 2 water skins and put 10 silver on the counter. Doya, were you getting any, or did he buy for y'all?
I've got 2 as well. I was the first to say.
One for all of my friends.
Okay, you place 10 silver on the
we
counter
place
as
that-
well.
Okay.
Four water skins, and he shuffles the coins right into the nice concrete stone ground behind him.
Oh, sorry. Stab wanted to watch the coin disappear into the ground.
When he scoots the coins back, you kind of lean over the counter as looking as best you can, and you hear the coins clang on the ground. And you know what? Stab, make a perception check. This one shouldn't be too hard. You got a rogue's eye. All right, that's good. So you see the coins hit the ground, and you're watching for what direction they're going to go. And each coin that taps that ground, it bounces just a bit, and then you see it start disintegrating and just disappears in front of you.
Stab is gonna immediately grab Doya by the collar, be like, "Yo, did you see that shit?" And just point to the ground. Is that normal?
I'm going to put my 2 coins in and watch this, I guess.
Where are you putting them?
On the counter.
Okay, you place 2 coins on the counter, and the vendor says, "Water skins, 5 silver."
Do the coins move?
Nope, they're just sitting on the counter.
Does he do anything with the coins sitting on the counter?
He's just staring at you.
Slide them close to him.
I'm going to push him a little closer.
He doesn't flinch.
Here, I got you. Stab's gonna pick up the coins and start rubbing them on him like this.
On the vendor,
Yeah.
he slightly sways as you push the coins onto him and doesn't move.
Does he have his hand out or something?
Nope.
Stab is gonna take his arm and open his hand and put the coins in it.
He then places the coins on the counter.
He doesn't want to see the money trick. He doesn't want you to see the money trick. That's what it is. He wants you to think I'm fucking crazy. All right, we'll
Stab.
take.
I believe that you're crazy, but not about this.
Here's what we're gonna do, Doya. We're gonna Stab wants to whisper into Doya's ear. Be like, we're gonna take 1 step back, act like we're leaving, and then we're just gonna run and just fucking look over at the coins. You ready?
Ready.
All right, we're gonna act like we're leaving, and then we're just gonna pay attention to them, and then just like run and watch the coins disappear.
Hayes and Elgin, you see Stab and Doya start backing away from the stall just casually, and then they just turn around and sprint. I mean, how long are you guys sprinting away for?
No, we're backing away while see if he when he moves the coins to the ground.
Oh, I thought you were taking off. Okay, they don't
No.
sprint. They just back away, but they're just casually looking back at the coins, and the coins are just sitting on the stall counter with the vendor staring at you.
Well
I'm
played.
just gonna kind of wander off.
Okay, this is
All right.
definitely a weird stab.
All right, whatever. Fuck it. He doesn't want to. Whatever. All right, let's go. Stab's gonna right when he said that, he's gonna look back one more time just to do a double check.
The coins, 2 coins still sitting there.
All right. Fine.
You are ready to
Got it.
leave then.
I think we've spent enough time here.
Agreed.
Yes.
The boy holds out 1 palm forward towards you all and says, "Place your palms facing mine."
Okay. Stab's gonna obey.
Anyone else?
Raise my hand as
Yes.
well.
I will raise.
He turns and looks at you, Hayes.
Yes.
Do you not wish to leave?
I said I'd put my hand out. Sorry
Oh.
if it didn't come through. Yes. I look around like one last time. Believe we are quite prepared. Yes.
You hold your hand out as well. And when you do, an aura starts to form around you. Small wisps start to spiral in circles around you. It looks like Hayes, you would recognize this as some sort of teleportation spell. Everything starts getting brighter and brighter in this aura until suddenly a flash of light and everything goes dark. You slowly open your eyes. And you notice a table in your face. As you seem to be staring at the same table that you were sitting at way earlier, before you even went out to these markets.
Oh shit, there's 2 of me.
Are there 2 of you?
Yeah.
I only see
Do
one
you
of
guys
you.
see that, or is it just me?
There's one up top.
Oh, that stab's gone now. It's a faux stab.
Alright.
You all feel very groggy as you open your eyes and start looking around. You realize you are inside of Arlok's tavern again. Immediately, Arlok comes from around the corner. He seems to be holding a warhammer in his left hand and a large sack just cusped in his arm on the right. As he says, "Oh, good, good. You're finally awake. You're finally awake. Here, this is everything you bought, everything you got. Yes, yes." And he just sets it on the table in front of you and says, It was good, yes. You went to Alley. Lots of fun, yes. Now, time to go. Welcome, worn out." And he starts motioning towards the door.
What was that? Did you? I look at it, I lean in, look at my eyes. Steven?
Arlok says, "If you have questions, talk to my son. I'm sure he'll be willing to regale you or you regale him or whatever. Just, it's time to go, okay? Welcome, Warren. You had good stay. Now go, please."
You say we can talk to your son?
Yes, go. Yes, questions. Too many. Getting angry. Yes, go.
No.
Okay,
All right,
let's
all right.
fuck off, guys. Let's fuck off.
Yep,
All
time
right.
to fuck right on off.
Yeah.
Let's
You
okay.
said don't talk to son last time.
Well, he
Ah,
changed his
So you guys
Motherfucker.
all head towards the towards the door to head outside. So you open the door and you take a few steps out. And once you head outside, you are met with a very, very interesting sight. You see Tarlok again. It seems to be holding a ball in his hand. And when he lobs it, he's not lobbing it at a tree or a spiky plant anymore. You look and he seems to be playing toss with Lulu.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Wait,
Is this our
what do you
fault?
mean?
Wait, who was looking after Lulu?
Stab's, because she disappeared. Stab's gonna immediately run over Lulu.
When you do, she just caught this little ball as Lulu turns to you and goes, "Stab! Stab, 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 stab!" As she starts flying in circles around you.
Lulu, I thought you exploded, dude.
She stops and says, "I did."
Well, does exploding heal you? What? How does that work?
You hear Tarlok laughing as he jogs up to you, Stab, and says, No, exploding doesn't heal. I heal. Or Papa heals. We heal."
You did this? How'd you do that? Her body was just gone.
"Papa has his ways, especially with this type of thing. In fact, all of you actually..." And you see him put his fingers on his head and just starts looking around at all of you. And then he starts clapping. "Yes, yes, you all succeed. Yes, 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 yes." And he starts just... It looks like he's just hyping himself up like he's super excited.
Succeed at what?
When you ask that, he steps forward and says, "Okay, Tarlok's not so honest upfront, good devil, bad devil, true, but, I like you a lot because of what you say, and the stories you give, and I ask Papa, please, Papa, help them. They're fun, Papa, please." To which Papa says, well, perhaps we can, test. Yes, test. They succeed, good help. No succeed, bad help. Because devils, yes, this is fair. And then Tarlok say, yes, this is good because they will succeed. Good adventurers, yes! He starts clapping again.
Okay. So, what was the test?
He looks over to you, Stab, and very casually says, "You eat your friend and have great grief, but you overcome and she forgive."
Was that real?
He tilts
Or was
his
that
head
just-
and says, yes and no?
Was that really her soul or something? Was I talking to her?
Papa could only work with what is in your mind and soul. Your love strong. Papa can see well. Your love weak, Papa cannot see much.
Okay, so it really was in my head.
I think we're having dream it.
Stream issues again?
Am I going on? Am I not being heard?
No, I'm just monitoring.
Yeah, it's just the stream. Watch the VOD later, it'll be clear.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we passed. But Lulu, come here. Let's make sure all your pieces are there. And he's just gonna like inspect because he saw this motherfucker. He's been carrying Lulu lifeless for like the longest, and it's just gonna be so weird.
Tarlock walks up and actually pats Lulu twice on the back and says, "Lulu is actually your reward, Stab."
Oh, cool.
Mm.
Okay, so she was dead. Okay.
Lulu seemed very important to you, so good reward is she is back, and she is, well, how'd you say, bound to you.
Oh, what does that mean?
Stab, you now have complete access to Lulu herself and her abilities. In battle from now on, you have complete control over her.
Oh, fuck yeah. Do I, like, learn her moves or some shit?
Yes, I will assign her to you in just a moment. While, after he says that, he actually turns and faces you, Hayes, and says, and you, very, very sad, past. A lot of people died, not on purpose, which they all forgive because you, accept this bad event. So, you, had to lose soul for that. But no more! Soul is back! And he says, grinning at you, Hayes.
Yes, it was a great time.
He leans a little
shit.
bit closer and says, "Oh, but whoever had soul very angry. Be careful. Your soul, but had to be stolen back."
Wait, hold on. You're serious?
Just give it back. No.
Can it?
Oh, go ahead.
I'll stutter and just have a look of kind of concern on my face. Do you know? What?
He just smiles and says, "Yes, no problem. You deal. It was Mephisto, please.
Yes. No, that's it. No.
Mephisto,
Don't
please
say
push over. Don't
No.
worry."
Dude, maybe his dad could kick his ass. We want to worry.
Also, Tarlock saw something else. Deep desire. Didn't seem like too big of a deal. So you have extra in your backpack. Something that wasn't there before.
Oh.
Is it a magnifying glass?
He tilts his head and says, "Magnifying glass? No, you check, you'll see." And then he walks over to you, Doya, and says, "And you."
I'm gonna start sitting down because I think this will kill me if this is a bigger surprise than Lulu coming back, just in case.
No.
You dealt
I'm gonna
with.
go lay face down on this rock.
You dealt with your student. It was very sad what had happened to him. But maybe you see, you change for the better. You acknowledge maybe partial responsibility. You grow
Maybe.
more wise because of this. So now every day you will always be a bit more wise. Also, better weaponry too. As he peers behind your back, and Doya, you may or may not have noticed in your inventory is a new staff, and it's just on your back currently.
Okay, then that answers the question I've been asking you in Discord over and over and over.
We're getting
Oh,
there.
I just flat out said it, dude. I almost spoiled everything.
That's right. Actually, yeah, Stab. Tarlock turns to you and says, "Oh, and one more thing. Your feet. Much better now. Quick, fast, fly."
Fly? Stab is gonna look down at his feet, and it's like, how? With these?
Tarlock nods, and as soon as you notice the boots, you fully understand them, Stab, and how to use them. If you look at your character sheet and click them, it'll give you all details of them. But they essentially allow you to fly.
Oh shit. Stab is just gonna start flying and then be like, oh shit, look, I can fly. Lulu, we can both fly. That's fucking cool. You don't need
Lulu
to carry me anymore.
flies in the air with you everywhere you go.
Shit. I'm gonna chase Lulu around and just fuck with her when we're flying. We're some fly boys.
Tarlock then steps over to you, Elgin, and says, "And you, mighty paladin, servant of what's his name? Helm. Yes, you serve Helm, but you deal with devils. Very dangerous dealings. Gargwath, was it?
Yes, that was his name.
Gargwath, very dangerous. Strong, maybe. Strong as Zariel? No. Close? Maybe. But you swear to your god. You redefine your loyalty. Very strong. And for that, your god rewards you. And he motions towards your neck, Elgin. And when you glance down, you notice you're actually wearing, it looks like a necklace. It counts as your new holy symbol, and it seems to be an amulet of the devout, which is also already in your inventory. You fully understand it and how it works already, too.
Ooh.
Oh, side note, Soul was tainted from dealings, but fully yours again. Yes, was close, very close to, well, someone else having, but not anymore. You're good.
Well, thank you.
Tarlock grins at you.
I'm gonna squint my eyes at it.
He then starts spinning and then just takes one step and says, "Yes, all succeed, all rewards. Very happy, yes?"
Stab wants to land down next to Tarlock and be like, Tarlock, what would happen if we failed? Just curious.
You? If you fail? You sure you wish to know?
Was it gonna hurt me?
Yes. Papa, and then he holds one hand out to you for a second, and then his eyes widen and goes, "Oh, yes. You would be full-time cannibal."
Oh, jeez.
Good God.
Oh, God. Okay, yay. All right.
Could be worse. You could be the meal.
Oh,
That is true.
I think I'd rather be the meal. Good to know.
Tarlock hops on the rock that you're face down on, Hayes, and kind of squats next to you and says, "Did you check your pack? Did you see?"
He's not here right now. It looks like you stepped out.
Oh, Hayes just lays face down on that rock still as he says that. "Thank you, Stab. I wasn't looking." And just says, "Oh, well. Everyone happy, yes? Oh, also, Papa said to remove bracelets, so, gone now. They're gone."
Oh, okay. Wait, did they just appear, or do you have to give them to him?
They're not on your wrist at all. Almost like they've just vanished.
That's fine. You've done so much for us.
He says,
Thank you.
Yes, very good, but Tarlock was not fully thinking about it, and when I told Papa, he said, too dangerous, because he said, Tarlock, there is more than bad magic, there is good magic. This means good magic doesn't work. And Tarlock said, I didn't think about that.
Oh, I think JD needs a break for a while. I saw the messages, by the way.
Oh, I got you. That's fine. We're about to go on break anyhow. You know what? Actually, now's a good spot for that. You guys just got your new stuff. You get to look at them. We're going to take a break for about 10 minutes, give or take. We'll be back soon, okay? Don't go anywhere.
JD, you just fucking broke the game.
And we are back. Hay's probably gonna be gone for a little bit longer, but for now, there's 3 of y'all.
Hey.
Tarlock has just revealed all these pretty awesome rewards for y'all, saying you succeeded at something. That's something you try to piece together yourselves, but you're all equipped better, and Lulu is in front of you, alive and well. What would y'all like to do?
JD says, go ahead and autopilot for him, but he'll be back. I don't know if you were reading the messages.
No, I didn't see it, but that's good. That's what we're doing anyhow.
Stab is super curious about what everyone got, and so he's just gonna look at Doya, be like, dude, what does your thing do? What does your thing do, man? Let me see it.
I'm going to pull a quarterstaff out from behind me and hand it over to Stab.
Oh, cool. What does it look like, Jamie? What am I holding here? Is it like an old withered fucking thing?
It looks like a very well carved staff. It seems to be a bunch of totem heads kind of stacked on one another. Very, very thin, though.
Oh, it's fucking. Does it look like it breaks easy?
It looks like if you tried, it might, but it's hard to tell with these things.
Ugh, cool. Got a thin little pinata stick. That's pretty cool. He's gonna hand it back to Doya. So,
Next time we're in a fight, let me show you what this thing can do.
Okay, cool. And what did you get, Elgin?
Well, I'll reach into my armor and pull an amulet out.
Does it do anything?
I'll just.
Oh, he was just asking, does it do anything?
Well, yes, it is. It is my way of channeling my magic from Helm himself, and it bolsters my spell casting abilities. Yes.
All right, that sounds cool. And then Stab is just gonna look at Hayes. Just, what about you, man? What you got?
I don't know yet. I'll look later.
Oh, yeah, my bad. You go back to sleep, my dude.
I'll just follow you, whatever you're doing for now. My soul is in Mephisto. Oh gods, and Hayes looks quite distraught.
All right, so no one else wants to know what would happen if you failed, or is it just weird for me to want to know what happens? What about you, Doy? What do you think?
Tarlock hops off his rock and says, No. That's so boring. Failure is failure. Success is success. You succeeded, so who cares either way?
Okay.
Sometimes it's better not knowing, Stab.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Stab is just gonna look towards Lulu and be like, so Lulu, when you were gone, your body was still glowing. Is what does that mean? Were you just what was that?
Well, I'm technically a celestial. When we pass, if our bodies are left alone, I think for a certain amount of time, eventually they'll go through a process that'll dissipate back into pretty stars all around. And normally it's meant to be a blessing or a ritual when we die like that, unless it's in the middle of nowhere. But, that's pretty much it. I don't know where we go after that.
So you were just dying when you were glowing?
She nods at you.
Oh.
Technically, I was already dead, but my body was going through the process of returning? I think that's what you'd call it.
Okay. Well, next time, let's just keep you alive, okay? I don't want to go through that again.
She lets out a happy toot from her trumpet, and says, well, with you back, how can I die again?
That's right. It's not like you were with me when you died in the first place, but yeah, that's good. Let's stay confident. And then Stab's just gonna give her a little head pat. And Stab's just gonna look at Talrak.
Tarlock.
Like, okay, Tarlock. Damn it, Talrak. All right, I think we got buckets of fucking high-level demon blood. We're trying to find a bald man. Doya, do you remember what we're supposed to be doing? Maybe he could point us. Yeah, that the dick dude. I didn't like him, but maybe you can show us the way how to get there fast, or probably to a car, because that'd be awesome. Because we're gonna have to trot on foot.
Tarlock looks in this direction down here and just points and says, "If you head that way, you will find Mordenkainen's tower with no issue. The Tower of Erm, yes?"
Yeah, I think that's it.
Tarlock grins and nods at you repeatedly.
Look, man, Tarlak, I have no idea how to thank you. You've done so much for me and us, man. I don't know what to do, man. Thank you. And Stab is just gonna be like, hold his fist out or something and just fist bump him.
He
Give him a
looks
little
down
nudge.
at your fist and then looks at you with a very excited face, his mouth open, and goes, Is this an adventurer thing? Is this camaraderie?"
Yeah, buddy, you just make a fist like mine and we just bump him.
Yes! And he bumps your fist and just starts laughing and grinning and turns to you, Doya, with his fist held out.
Do it, old man.
I will slide down off this rock I'm sitting on and fist bump the child.
Yes! And he does the same to you, Elgin.
I'll hold out one of my fists and just like, go ahead, put her there.
He bumps your fist as well, just shouting with happiness, and then jumps away and starts acting like he's swinging a sword, shouting, "Yes! Now I too am an adventurer! Many tales to share!" And just starts stabbing the air.
All right. Well, I guess we should get going. You guys want to get going?
Yeah, I'm gonna just to test something out. I'm gonna reach to my amulet, and I'm going to cast Find Steed.
Okay.
And see if this time I can summon my horse, Mifune.
You cast Find Steed, and a steed does start forming in front of you, but it's not as pleasant or as angelic as you were hoping, as a nightmare. Not an actual nightmare, they're called nightmares, appears in front of you. A black horse that looks to almost be slightly covered in flames that don't feel warm to the touch at all appears in front of you.
Well, this is not what I was expecting. Well, regardless, to me, my good trusty steed that I don't recognize.
Hey, Doya, you think you could be my steed, man? It'd be cool.
I find myself in good spirits today.
Oh, but wait, before you transform, can you just do your body and just have a human head? Is that possible?
It doesn't work like that, Stab. I'm sorry.
Well, that sounds weird.
You want to see him transform?
Yes, please. What can you become? Can you become big scary devil?
As a man of nature, I find a bond with animals, so that is what I will turn into for you today.
Which animal?
Do you have a favorite? Maybe I know it.
Hopefully it's a rideable one.
Why not, giant possum?
Alright, I gotta ask JB, do I actually know giant possum?
I mean, you've seen possums, and I mean, you are Master Dora. You've been around for a while, so you would have seen a giant possum here or there.
That's a good idea. We could all ride the giant possum, even Elgin's steed as well. We'll just get on your back.
Let me ask this then. Is giant possum actually a beast that's in the book?
I don't think it is, but you could use the giant weasel stats to suffice for it. Unfortunately, I don't have one of those tokens made already, but you can still do it.
You did it to yourself on that one, sir.
Whatever.
Then we will turn into a giant possum.
Okay, Doya closes his eyes and starts to transform. You see this light envelop him, this green hue, and slowly his form shifts into that of a giant possum. I didn't mean to ping that. I do not have a giant possum token, so theater of the mind. He is now a giant possum.
Yay! Stab is just gonna like not be impressed, but immediately start climbing his back.
I'm only a medium-sized animal, so this is going to go badly.
What does that
Yep.
mean?
Means the possum's about as maybe big as you, Stab.
Stab's still gonna be like try to mount this dude.
What's the possum stroke? What's possum strength? Do you, let's see.
11.
Yeah, he's not gonna. You hop on and Doya just falls to the ground with his possum stomach on the ground now, as he struggles to lift you up, Stab.
Do I notice him struggling?
Yeah, he ain't moving. That's for sure.
Stab is gonna be like, do it for the kid, man. Come on, just be strong.
Because I know that I'm not going to ever be strong enough to pull this off. While Ming is on me, I'd like to go ahead
Stab.
and do a shift.
A shift.
Yeah,
And
shift.
go ahead and switch to Dire Wolf.
Okay. While on top of him, you start to rise up off the ground a bit, Stab, as his body transitions again, this time into a direwolf.
Hey, Direwolf Doya. A familiar face.
Hmm.
Alright. Yay. Stab's still mounted. Be like, do you think that was cool, Tarlock?
Tarlock's rubbing on your front right leg right now, Doya, going, "Wow, he is a beast now. That is impressive, very impressive. He feels so real."
While everyone's distracted, Stab was always curious about something, so he's gonna nonchalantly like collect Doya's hair and just put it in his pocket for later, like his fur.
You gotta pull out some of his fur.
Just like one, just one.
Yeah, you
See
pull
if he
out
notices.
one strand of hair, and I don't know if a direwolf would feel it or not. Maybe he'd feel a tight pinch, but it could be just you shuffling on top of him.
Stab just wants to know what happens to the hair when he changes back to an old man. If he like has like a finger or something or whatever that was.
Okay.
But he just wants to do it secretly.
Sure.
Just
Yeah,
curious.
you do it. Though you feel a prick from your top side, but you do have Stab sitting on you.
Oh, my bad, dude. It was my boot. It's these wing boots, man. They got spurs. All right, well, you guys ready to head that way? And he's gonna point the way Tarlock pointed.
Yes, to the south. Let's make haste. The sooner
Thanks for
we get
everything, Tarlock.
Mordenkainen and what he wants, the sooner we can be rid of him and move on to the bigger fish.
Is there enough room for Haze on either steed?
I think there might be on Elgin's. Does yours say it can only support one person, Elgin? Because if it's an actual just big old horse, normally they can hold two.
It's a large size creature.
And yeah,
I
you
got
could,
this.
You could double up.
Yeah,
Or-
so I could
or-
imagine. I'd imagine because it's a large size creature with a strength of 18.
Yeah, I can carry both of y'all.
Yeah. So yeah,
Doya,
I'll
do you think you
help
can?
Haze up onto the
Okay, there you go.
back of the horse.
Yeah, Hayes
All right.
gets up and just trudges over to you and climbs up on the
Mhm.
horse, which I think I may have one of those actually. Hold on, let me get you.
Ooh,
Let me get you a horse.
I can have a horse, of course.
There's a token for it, I think, under...
There you go.
Never mind.
Booyah!
Yeah, it looks like that. Let's look at see if I could show you some artwork. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna
He is
rename
fucking
him.
scary.
He is no longer Mifune. He is now just his name is just straight up Nightmare now. His name is what he is.
It's like me naming my dog Dog.
Mhm. That's what my kid used to do. Like whenever she would get something, like she'd get like a pet like dog, like stuffed animal. I'm like, oh, well, I'm like, what's his name? And like, his name's Wolfie. Or if it was like a deer, it would be deary. And it's like, okay. She's actually gotten way better. Now she picks really, like she got something and she called it, what was it? She named it Agatha or something like that.
Oh wow, get serious.
I was like, where'd you get Agatha from?
Diablo
like, she started,
characters.
Right? I was like, huh?
I'm watching
Or like
WandaVision.
Petunia. I was like, Petunia?
Oh, was that Hayes? Oh, Hayes,
Yeah, Hayes
Yeah,
is back.
JD's back.
you're on
I'm
top
Hayes.
of a nightmare right now, and that's a horse. It's a horse type, sitting with Elgin.
Wonderful. Just like the one that stalked us in the schoolhouse. What a coincidence that we were just talking about this.
Welcome.
Wolf Doya will snort a little bit.
Oh yeah, Hayes, Tarlock was trying to get you to open your bag.
I've just got kind of like a 1,000-yard stare right now. I'm just thinking about how like a demon lord is, a devil lord is probably going to be very upset and coming specifically for me.
That's okay, buddy. That's okay. We could look at it later. Anyways, we good? Let's And then he's just gonna fucking tug on Doya, trying to get more hairs on the sly.
It was good to meet you and listen to your adventures.
Thank you, Tarlock. We're forever in your debt. And then we're just gonna ride off into the fucking the hellscape, I guess.
All right, so you taking off?
He gets a
Yeah.
wolf nose into his side as the a parting gesture. But yes, I think we're riding south.
Okay, Tarlock steps out of the way, and you two start heading towards the south. Elgin, you taking off too?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you both take off with Lulu flying behind, and as you're all leaving, Tarlock's waving behind you, and you hear him shout out, "Good luck on your adventure! Please don't tell Cousin Asmodeus about us too!"
Okay.
I'll just kind of give just throw up a fist back as,
Oh, it's
as
One
we
Piece
ride
bro.
off into the sunset.
Y'all take off towards the... There's not really cardinal directions here, but it's south for the sake of, the map and whatnot. So
I'll
I'm gonna...
slow down so that Doya can keep pace.
Oh damn, are you that fast? Just already know.
Nightmares are, by and large, are usually faster than wolves.
Yeah, they're pretty quick.
I can make 50.
Okay, I'll drop to 50 for you.
Keep up,
Yeah.
old man.
Back to the sounds of Avernus. So you guys leave Tarlock and Arlock and their tavern, and you are back in the... You're reminded again you are in hell, in fact. As quickly, the aura of comfort that you seem to have the entire time you were around Tarlock is gone. Both of you are riding... All of you are riding out in the open towards the south in the direction Tarlock pointed, hopefully returning to the Tower of Erm. There are no sandstorms anywhere in sight, also. But you don't feel this weird heaviness you had felt before. It feels like your magic will be okay for the time being.
Did we heal from the bread or something? I forget.
You have not recovered any health throughout this entire
Okay.
endeavor.
Yay.
You said we were sleeping earlier. Have we gotten the benefit of a long? Well, I guess if we haven't healed, then we wouldn't have gotten the benefit of a long rest.
You would
I
not.
imagine. Okay.
Oh.
Cool.
I just realized that as soon as we fucking left. Shit. Oh well. Onwards.
We'd worn out our welcome anyways.
Yeah.
So, are you guys looking at anything, or what are you doing while riding? Are we a one-track mind right now? Just go, or what else is happening?
Stab is super curious. Is it easy to talk to the other teammates?
You could talk to
Or are we
Doya pretty easily. You're on him, and Elgin and Hayes are right next to you, just riding along.
I wouldn't. What does Hayes look like right now? Is he still a 1,000-yard stare?
I don't know. Hayes?
Yeah, it's kind of 1,000-yard stare still. I'm just Hayes is going through all of the potential horrible outcomes, and he's just seeing it in his mind's eye, pretty much.
Hayes, man, you know, Tarla gave us some amazing gifts, man. I don't, you could have like something that might help you face, so you won't have to be as scared in your bag, you know?
Do you realize the gravity of what Tarlak has done?
No. But I mean, did you see fucking Elgin's kick-ass hammer? And he's got that normal one that fucking squashed that chicken. He's got two fucking badass things now. Just tell your old boy Elgin beat that man's ass.
Well, hopefully that will come in handy, seeing as how more than likely a Lord of Hell itself is now most undoubtedly in pursuit of us. Well, me specifically, but I can't imagine things will go well for anyone in my vicinity. Maybe you're right.
got
Maybe
you,
there's
bro.
something in this bag that'll. I'll pull around and open my bag. And
You
I'll
gonna try
kinda-
to look through while riding?
Oh, is that a bad idea?
Since I'm riding on the back, I've got kind of one hand like holding on, and I'm gonna pull my backpack around to like the front of me with my other hand, and I'm just kind of rifling through.
As you're digging through your pack, it's a little difficult on this nightmare, but you could still feel around and just make sure that all your things are still there and whatnot. And you find something in there that wasn't before. And when you grab hold of it and just pull it out to look at it, it looks like a wrench.
What is Hayes' reaction to finding it? Do we know?
Exactly this.
Oh, it looks like it's good. What is it, man?
We're truly saved. We are saved this day.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
As we have a new ally. I wonder. And I'll kind of pull it out, and I'll see that the wrench already has a small wizard hat and staff attached to it.
Oh, cool. You're playing dress up with your tools now. That's
You
sweet.
You don't understand the power.
I don't. Explain it to me.
I don't understand the power.
Oh, good. Good, good.
I have a feeling he will be of use when the time comes. Surely
Alright.
this wrench with a hat and staff will help us defeat the demon, the devil god, Levistus.
Uh,
Surely he will help us smite Zariel. All is well. All is well. And I'll
I'm glad.
put the
he's
wrench just
better
back
for-
in my bag. Put the backpack back on, and just. I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Stab is just gonna whisper to Doya, because he's on him. Be like, he passed, right? Or did he fail and just get fucking a weird ass dress up doll?
When Doya heard the words wrench, he doesn't know why, but at that moment in time, he made a misstep while they're running.
Do I feel it?
You felt it.
Yo, fucking pay attention.
And you guys ride along. You ride for about a solid, about 30 minutes. 30 minutes of riding until you cross an actual, for the first time in a long time, something familiar. And you start slowing down, and you notice that you are at the grounds of a past battle. Let me post y'all over here. You slow down to a stop and gaze out to see the battlegrounds where you had fought with Smiler before against
Ooh.
a whole bunch of hobgoblins. There's still corpses on the ground here, so it looks like nothing's come to feed quite yet. But you could see a vehicle mostly intact in the middle of the battlefield, although the back of it severed off at the moment.
I'm pretty sure we left like a motorcycle here or something. There's like 2 motorcycles here. Are the motorcycles there, Jamie?
I don't know. You're on the map right now, right? You can go look.
I don't. Okay. Doya, I'm pretty sure there's 2 motorcycles here. Let's see if we can find them. So you don't have to carry us.
I'm trying to move down, but I can't carry you with me.
Oh really? There you go. Oh, I have to control Lulu too. Is there a way I can just
Hold left
shift
click and
then-
highlight them both, and then you can
Yeah. Lulu, synchronize. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, here we
Elgin,
go.
are we staying put?
We'll go up. We'll go up here. Can I think I can only grab mine.
Yeah. Let me give you control over this token. My bad.
Oh, that's all good.
Let's see. I forgot to do that. Where is my?
Hey, I remember this place.
There it is. Permissions for
Ah.
you.
Fond memories.
There you go. You
Are
should
the-
have control over that nightmare that I just moved.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I
I
lost
will-
Lulu.
Yeah, when Jamie updated stuff,
Yay.
it broke it for me too.
Oh.
Oh, Lulu's gone. Here, I'm gonna get you a new Lulu.
No, I got her. I got
No,
her. I
no.
got her. I got her. Oh no!
Oh, there she's back
She
now.
exploded again. All right.
Every time you do that, we lose our grip on multiple objects.
Oh,
Wait,
Alright.
There you go.
Stab also wants to be
Yeah.
looking around, seeing if there's anything of interest just popping up.
looking around the area, it doesn't look like anything else has come through here quite yet. Because you had looted pretty much everything you could here before, all the booming long swords and whatnot.
Did we
Oh,
leave
there's
the
the
vehicle?
motorcycle.
Oh, never
Yeah, I
mind.
found
There
it.
we go.
Hey, guys, I found it.
Yep, that was literally what I was about to ask. Where's the motorcycle? I knew we had at least one that was left behind.
Yeah, this is the one, man. All right. So who gets it? Probably me, right? Because I probably look the coolest on the motorcycle. And Lulu, of course.
I
Well,
mean,
hold on.
Doya has
Hold-
been carrying.
Yeah, but
I'll look over at Elgin. Elgin, you can correct me if I'm wrong here. Didn't something awful, just awful, happen the last time that Stab was behind and in control of a vehicle?
that was a car.
You would be correct in your assertion of this. This was the mother of all fuck-ups, if I would say so myself. I do
Are
not
you
think
inclined to give him a soul coin to power this thing?
I am not.
Well, Doya thinks
I
I should
would
have it
rather
too.
you or Doya have control of the motorcycle.
Doya, you want me to have it, right?
Doya's going to look around and then look at Doya's feet.
That's a yes. I guess we're tied here. And Lulu, what do you think?
I think Stab can drive it fine. And she starts flying around.
Yeah. But if you guys want it, I don't care. I don't care. Maybe you could look and see what's going on with the old severed shit over there. Maybe we could do something with that. I don't know. Stab's gonna get off Doya and just start walking to the thingy.
Jamie,
we
for
do
time
have a
purposes,
wrench now.
Oh yeah.
Parrot.
Bring that wrench, man. So you can help me out here. Maybe that's what it does.
I'll get out my wizard wrench and I'll excitedly run over. At this time, my sanity's kind of slipping a little bit.
All right. So
What were you?
Oh,
what,
go
you
ahead.
were, what were you doing, Doya, for time? What?
for time purposes, how long have I been a wolf?
You've only been a wolf for about maybe 25 minutes.
And the half hour before that too, right?
That was only during the travel time. You just turned into a wolf and left, didn't you?
Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, buddies. Does that wrench do something? Can it fix this?
You bet it can.
Okay, let's see what it can do.
And I'm just gonna walk up and I'm gonna find a random bolt that looks like the wrench can fit on. And I'm just gonna take the wrench and I'm just gonna start turning it.
Okay, and then
Does anything happen?
the bolt starts turning.
See?
Yeah. Yeah, you're doing it,
Everything's
buddy.
going to be fine.
I thought that item was cool. Lulu, I'm just gonna whisper to Lulu. I thought that item was cool. I mean, it does have a wizard's hat.
I
We'll
didn't
have
see
this
it.
thing up and running in no time.
You okay, my dude?
Doing great.
Stab wants to take another look at the wrench.
You stare at the wrench. He's just turning this random bolt, which is almost off now, also, and it seems to have a wizard hat on top of it, and it looks like just a small, maybe magical stick, just attached to its side. Looks like something a child
But-
would have made.
I'll look back
maybe we-
at Stab and just give him another smile.
Maybe we gotta keep the bolts on. I mean, we want it in one piece, right?
Well, we might have to move some of the bolts from here to over there where there are less bolts. We have to distribute the bolts.
Okay.
You know this. You're the car person. You know I'm right.
Oh yeah. Yeah, totally.
Okay,
Step one.
bye.
Oh, my bad, dude. I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm listening. Stab wants to like look at the severed part of the vehicle and just see if nuts and bolts would fix that.
It looks like it's going to take a lot more than just nuts and bolts.
What's the nuts and bolts situation looking like back there?
I think it's gonna take more than nuts and bolts, man. You sure that little wrench of yours doesn't do anything?
What do you mean? It's doing something right now. And I'm now on a new bolt, turning it.
Can I see it?
What do you mean?
Can I touch it? Can I hold it?
I'll look down at it. Does it have any kind of like features on it that would like indicate like any kind of? Did somebody try to draw a face or put googly eyes on it or anything?
No, it only has the hat and the stick. But when you're holding it and looking down on it, you feel a light pulse, almost from your heart or your soul. You feel like there's some word that this wrench is looking for.
Is there any? JD knows probably what the word is. But as Hayes, I guess I'll kind of just close my eyes for a minute, and I'll put my other hand out towards Stab and say, "Hold on, something's happening. It's important."
Okay.
Doyle would like to make a check at this moment.
What are you check? Yeah, what are you checking for?
I want to do an insight check to see if JD has actually lost it or is it just being like sarcastic or something.
That's what I want to do too, Jamie, because that's what I was trying to check.
Yeah, but both of you make insight checks. Go for it. Hayes, based on what they roll, you can tell them whatever you want. Then while they're looking at you.
Hold on a second. I gotta find this shit. I could never find this shit. There you go. Does your 22 beat Doya's 25?
It does not. Looks like he's losing it a little bit, a lot
To
of
me?
it.
Hayes,
No,
Hayes,
you. It's hard for you to tell, but Doyle.
All right,
I
buddy.
I feel it. Something with the wrench is happening.
Is this wrench making you crazy?
What? No one's crazy. I mean, we're all a little bit crazy for coming down here in the first place.
Not Doya. Stab is gonna give Lulu like a, is this motherfucker okay? Kind of look. Like, is this motherfucker okay?
And I'm just gonna
Who
keep
else
my
is around?
eyes closed. And do I hear this Do I hear something like calling out to me? Or is there? Can I make like an Arcana check? Or
Definitely make an
something that-
Arcana check.
Okay.
Okay, that's barely good enough. So, holding onto this wrench, you try to detect if there's some magical presence or something here, and there definitely is. This seems to be something that requires some sort of command to do anything. It feels like there's some sort of... It's supposed to have some sort of name, but right now, it doesn't.
Stab wants to put his hand on Hayes and be like, "Look, man.
Wait! It's coming. It's here.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
no. It's gone. Wait. No. That's it. Wait.
So it's going to kind of brush past Stab and start sniffing it. Hayes to see if he smells possessed or something.
Wait.
You scaring me, man.
And then almost just without even realizing it, I'll just say, Renchi.
As soon as you say that, the staff starts to extend out from the wrench, as does the other side, as small little arms appear and gloves at the end. 2 eyes start to form at the top middle and start to open up as this wrench suddenly gained eyes and limbs. It looks up at you, and a mouth starts to form, and it says, "Oh, hey, boss."
Renchi. That's your name.
It looks like this.
The fuck is that?
My worst nightmare.
Is that? Oh, they gave you a little wrenchy thing. Cool.
It looks like you and me are
He
going
is
to be
a
working
Renchi.
together.
Renchi, he is a wrench. We are working together. Yes. We have so many tasks to do. So many things that have to be done. We have a limited time. There is a devil lord in pursuit of us while we are in pursuit of another devil. There's a lot. I'll fill you in later. Where did you come from?
Well, I came from you.
My child.
He says,
Did you hear that?
I have magical
I'm a
powers.
father.
Like you.
What can you do?
Fucking crazy.
Hayes, you should now see another character in your little character area that's Renchi. Do you see that? And can you click him?
It's fucking tiny.
I do.
He actually has 3 cantrips that you can have him cast whenever. And telepathic bond, so you could speak with him mentally, and 1 attack that has an extra effect. If you click his features in Spellbook, you can see all that.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So can it fix the car?
I'll kneel down on the ground next to him, and I'm gonna speak with him just telepathically. And say, is there anything you can do to help us fix this pile of bolts?
Are you holding on to Renchi right now?
No, I've set him down.
Okay. He starts to lift off the ground, flying up to your head height. And he starts flying around the car. All of you see this wrench just hovering around this vehicle, examining it. As you hear in your mind, Hayes, yeah, it looks like I could fix it up. Give me like an hour. Yeah, give me an hour.
I'll look back to everybody who's, I'm sure, just looking at me like I'm a fucking psychopath. Renchi says he could fix this in an hour.
Yeah. Okay. Cool reward. Stab is just gonna watch this little fucking wrench because he doesn't really believe it could fix this car. So
I'm gonna follow Wrenchy the best I can and try to help in whatever way I can.
You hear in your mind again, Hayes. You want me to get started now?
I mean, unless you had other plans.
No, I've got no plans. I'm here to help you, boss. I'm on it. And as soon as he says that, the wrench starts moving at a blinding speed across this car repeatedly. Just back and forth. You hear some things being screwed. You see the car just kind of bounce every now and again with something being pushed in place. This thing is working at a speed that's incredibly hard to even watch as it's just buzzing back and forth.
that's fucking
I'll just
crazy.
I'll look back at the group. I'll kind of walk back and just cast a gaze over there that's just like the proudest look you could ever have, like the proudest papa look.
Did you say that thing was your kid?
Adopted, but yes, he is my son.
He's a good ass kid. Good job.
Thank you.
Stab is just gonna stare, and he's like, "I thought you were fucking crazy." So, Wrenchy, huh?
Yes, Richie. He's great.
Yeah. How did you know about that or whatever?
Well, I was holding it, and then it's like it called out to me. And I just knew what to say, what to call it. It must be ancient magic, older than any of us.
Weird. Oh, man.
He's my son, but he's old enough to be my father.
Yeah. I know a guy that had an uncle that was younger than him, but that's fucking crazy.
It is
Stab
fucking,
is
look at
gonna
him
be,
go. He's great.
Yeah. I'm watching him. Yeah, I'm watching. You guys watching him? And he's gonna look back and see if Elgin and Doya are watching. Look at the little baby boy go.
Oh yeah, we're watching.
Richie, is there anything we can do to? And I'll like as he's like buzzing by. Anything we can do to? Can we help?
He's passing by too quick for you to hear him at the one single volume, but you hear something along the lines of no, but you can almost not even hear the O part. You just hear no as he goes by.
Yeah, I feel like we'd just be in the way. He's fucking fast.
He's doing quite the work. Well, I guess we can maybe take a rest.
Yeah. Wrenchy's got this one. Stab's gonna look around, see if there's any cool like spots to just fucking chill. What was this again, Jimbo? Is this just a wall?
Down there, yes, that is a tall, looks like what used to be maybe part of a keep or just a piece of it, just wall jutting out of the ground.
And this is like a plateau over here.
Yes, that is a plateau that you can actually scale fairly easily.
Okay. So I'm just gonna chill for an hour. Unless you guys have something better to do, I'll probably chill on top of that plateau or whatever it's called. And if I see something, I'll holler.
Well, I'll hang out right here and make sure Wrenchy doesn't need any assistance.
All right, cool. Come on, Lulu. You're with me.
Elgin, what will you be doing for the duration?
How long are we gonna be sitting tight?
An
Just
hour.
An hour.
I'll probably use this time to take a short. Well,
I can't climb it.
Got you. There you go.
yeah, short rest won't really
Cool.
change anything for me on a larger scale of things. So I'll probably just be patrolling the the perimeter just to keep an eye out and make sure no one's coming our way.
Do we recover health with short rest? I don't remember.
You can spend hit die.
You spin hit dice. Yeah.
I want to do that. I need health.
Okay. So you guys, I guess in Doya you're still a wolf, but you'll pop out halfway through it. So what will you be doing?
Actually, I stay wolves for 4 hours now, so I'm going to go ahead and do a short rest as well.
Okay. Can you short rest as a wolf and gain your HP? You're using the wolf's HP, right?
No, I want to short rest as me because that will also give me
Oh.
back wild shape.
Okay, cool. In that case, you can pop out of wolf form and start to do the same then. Hayes, you stand nearby, watching Renchi just buzz about, just doing his best to piece this thing back together in the back end. Elgin, you start patrolling the area just to make sure everything's on the up and up and nothing's coming by. And for the most part, you don't see anything dangerous around. Every now and again, you might see an abyssal chicken or two just walking in the distance, but nothing else. Stab, you're sitting on top of that plateau with Lulu. I guess during the whole duration, just kind of chilling up there?
Can I recover health and be on lookout?
If you're resting, you can kind of... Yeah, I won't say you're like hard looking out the whole time so you could see anything that's super distance, but you can kind of look around while resting if you want.
Okay, I want to do that. And how do I do the heal?
Your hit die as a rogue, I think, is 1d8. Is that correct?
How would I know that?
It should automatically do it with the short rest button.
Oh,
there's a short rest button. That's
yeah,
right.
do that step.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, roll hit die. 9 health. And I could just do that once?
You can do it for however many levels you have. So you're level 9, so you have 8 more.
I could do it 9 times? Oh, that's fucking crazy. Let's get all my health back.
I mean, in most cases, that's ideal, yeah. Sometimes you roll low nonstop. What are you going to do? But whoever's recovering hit die, you can go ahead and start doing that. But about an hour passes uninterrupted as Renchi finally stops and floats up to you, Hayes, and says, "It's drivable again, but if you want it fixed." And Renchi moves over to one of the holes in the side where it looks like the car got damaged before. He says, "I'm gonna need more parts, so this is it for now."
Well, drivable's really all we needed. Now we have a fire horse, a motorcycle, and a big tank.
Oh, weapons seem busted too, but again, fixable. Just need parts.
Well, it keeps us out of the elements. And the blood rain, and the sandstorms, and the random lightning strikes, and all the other horrible things that just happen to fall into our laps while we're here.
You think we can strap that motorcycle to this thing?
Let me consult our engineer. Renchi, do you think we could attach, hook the motorcycle to this vehicle where we could tow it?
What motorcycle? How big? How long? How heavy?
I kind of will start walking in that direction. I'll just kind of point over to where the motorcycle is.
He flies over in this direction where you pointed
Oh, he's fast.
and discovers
Well, I'll just
the devil's right.
wait here.
He then rounds the corner and starts flying back. And once he gets close, he says out loud, "Yeah, I could attach it. But you need to lift it."
All right. Doya?
We can manage this, I think.
Stab.
You guys, hey, what's up, guys? It's been an hour.
We need to lift the motorcycle.
On it. Stab thinks he's so strong.
Elgin, we could possibly use your assistance.
There's a
as
better
well.
idea. There's a better idea right there.
I'll try.
Maybe we
Wait,
roll it to
will
the
it
thing
roll?
first?
Yeah, maybe. I'll go and see if there's any kind of mechanism to put it into a neutral.
So you look around for a gear or something, something to lock it in place, and it seems there is something to lock up the wheels, because you just start fiddling with levers and whatnot. When you pull one, you see it kind of loosen up.
All right,
All
so
right.
maybe me and Stab will steer and push, and Elgin, you can push from the back there?
That'll work.
Okay.
All right. On.
Pitter patter. Let's get at her.
Yes. All right. Ready? Remember, lift with your. Lift with your.
Oops.
With your
knees
back.
up. Put your back
Yes.
into it.
You snap it back.
Yes. All right. Come on.
So you all start
Grr.
rolling this bike over towards the huge vehicle. It's all fixed up for the most part.
Stumbling over each other.
So you get it close enough, and then Rinchi hovers over and says, it has to go on top. You'll have to kind of climb up there.
All the way on the top. All right.
Okay.
All right.
I guess, well, Doya's already up on top. I guess I'll help lift it from the bottom.
Oh wait, here. Maybe I can help. I'll pull out my rope. I'm gonna
Movers.
tie my rope around the motorcycle. Like
Okay.
around as close to like the center mass as I can.
Mm-hmm.
And I will then climb up to the top. Is there anything up here that I could potentially like wrap this rope around, almost like a pulley or something?
A little bit. So on top of this vehicle, in that center point, is almost like a metal. I don't want to call it a ball, but it's like a joint, and then just above that is connecting this huge spear that goes forward for a bit. There's a gap, and then it connects again at the front. So there's a small gap right under the start of that huge spear.
Okay, I'll wrap the rope around, and I'll look over at Doya. Say, we used to use this method all the time when we were on the Dreamer's Wake. We were lifting heavy boxes around on the ship.
You seem to be doing quite well, and Doya will continue watching for a second. Just watching.
But I need help.
I got you, dog. Stab is
Grab
gonna
the
start
rope.
helping. Okay.
And I'll kind of lean over the side and look down at Elgin. Elgin, on the count of 3, we're going to pull, and you lift. And remember, with your back.
Yeah. All right. Come on.
So is that 1, 2, 3 lift, or are we 1, 2 lift?
One,
Doya,
two,
not even
three.
holding anything. He's not even holding anything. What does he need to know?
1, 2, 3, then lift.
Right.
Got it. And then Doya will finally grab the rope to help.
All right. 1, 2, 3, lift.
There.
So all of you working together, you won't have to make a check for this since there's 4 of you working, are able to lift and lay this thing on its side on top of this vehicle. To which
All
Richie
right, we did it.
hovers up and says, "Okay, I got it from here. Hop out of the way."
Okay.
How fast? Because was this the vehicle we were riding? Or was this the one they had originally?
This was Smiler's vehicle.
Okay, this was Smiler. So how fast does this thing go?
You have no idea at the moment.
Guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and take these bodies out of here because they're kind of taking up space. Are there still the bodies still in there, right, Jimbo?
Yeah, there are corpses on the inside.
Stab is gonna, with no emotion whatsoever, just like he's taking out the trash, just throw the bodies out to the side, probably like right here.
Stab starts grabbing corpses and just lobbing them out.
Yeah.
The bike.
Whoop. Whoop.
Now they were starting to get a little gamey in there.
It is gross
Yeah.
inside the vehicle still.
Gross.
Which Rinchi actually swings by and starts looking on the inside with you. And then he turns to you, Hayes, and says, I can prestidigitation this up for you too, unless you want to do it.
Richie, by all means. I've been asleep for a while. Maybe it'll help to flex your magical abilities.
Okay, I got it. You see Rinchi go in and start casting prestidigitation repeatedly, just cleaning up the more bloodied areas on the inside as he's going around. You can't see on the inside because of the car itself, but just know it's being cleaned up.
Cool. It's looking spick and span in there. I'm ready to drive this thing. Stab is just gonna sit at the driver's seat and just look at the controls and see if he can drive it. If it's the same as the other thing he drove.
So you would be right about there, is where
Oh, okay.
the seat would be. You look at the controls, and they look vaguely similar to the last vehicle you've driven, but a little bit different, a little bit newer, honestly. But the car is currently just static. It's not moving, bouncing, or anything at the moment. You do see a slot to your right, though, right next to the controls.
Ah. Is it cool if I get a soul coin? We're cool with me driving, right? He's just gonna Stab is just gonna yell that to the group.
I think we can let you drive, but do be careful this time.
Okay, it's I'll try to be careful, but careful doesn't isn't cool. But yeah, just put it in there. When everyone's ready, of course. We ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Renchi, are you ready?
Yeah. I'm just gonna ride in your pack if that's all right. Can I get back in your pack?
That's fucking cool. Do you have a breast pocket?
I'll take my pack out and open it up and say, time for bed, Renchi. You've done
There's a big
plenty of
hole
work.
in here, isn't there?
Well, let me resolve Renchi first. He hops in your pack, and immediately, as soon as he does, you feels like he got a bit smaller as his arms shrink back in and his eyes disappear along with his mouth, as he goes back to just being a wrench with a hat and a stick. Elgin, you get inside and looking for a hole, you said, right?
I said, wasn't there because I remember there was we put a big hole in this thing, didn't we?
We went in through the door on this side.
Okay.
That's
You
what
did-
the white bar is.
Yeah, that was
I'm
drawn to be a door.
Just because I'm low on spells and it's been a while, I'm gonna ride my nightmare.
All right, buddy. Stab is gonna go ahead and I don't think he has a soul coin on him. He just motions for Doya to put a little coin in the slot. Put a coin in the slot, man. I want to start pushing buttons.
Doyle will put a coin in the slot.
All right. Stab is going to start pushing buttons and see if he can drive this thing.
Okay, you put a coin in, and the moment you do, the engine comes to life as the car lets out a thunderous and it starts shaking on the ground. The car is now running, and you start pushing random buttons and whatnot. And
Just to figure out what they do.
when you push one of the buttons, you hear something outside of the car to your north side. Sounds like it's trying to do something. You hear like a squishing sound, but nothing's happening. But
That's not
eventually, you find the throttle, so you can move forward.
Oh, I think this is the throttle, guys. Should I floor it? See what this baby could do?
No, we're in the mud. You might snap the axle or something. Let's take it slow to get out of this kind of dingy area, and then once we get out into the desert, floor it.
Floor it. All right. Stab is going. Can I move this?
No, I control it right now.
All right. Let's drive it out of the mud, Jamie. Carefully.
Okay, you do indeed remember you are in difficult terrain right now as you
I've totally
steadily
forgot. I was gonna just fucking.
take it out of the more rough ground of gravel and stone until you get back
All right.
on normal land.
So I guess we keep going in the south direction.
Okay, you guys continue south then. Let me see if I can.
Yeah.
This way, that way.
That's the way. Is there any? Is it just straight flat in front of us, Jamie? I want to like floor it.
Looks mostly flat with a few very tall plateaus around, but they're quite distant as you start to floor it. And this thing has a speed of 100 also, which I think is just barely faster than your horse's max speed, Elgin. As you see,
Oh, damn.
yes. You see Stab taking off.
Yeah.
Come on, Elgin!
I'm gonna take off as well. Also, since nightmares typically can fly, can I just
shit.
fly with it?
This one cannot.
Okay, I'll just
Uh,
I'll just hoof it then. We'll just hoof it.
Okay. You see Elgin's just slightly falling behind as you're flooring at Stab. Do you continue your normal speed, or what do you do?
no, I'm gonna go a speed where I know that Elgin can keep up.
Okay. You slow down just a bit, and his nightmare is able to keep pace.
Is it easy to drive at this speed? I'm just gonna go at a speed that's comfortable to drive. That's what I want to do.
It doesn't seem too bad. Immediately after you start, if you feel like you got a natural connection with these controls, you're able to go this no problem.
Yeah.
Now, this car, like the last one, you can push it with potential repercussions. Its speed is 100, but it can be 200 if you wanted it to be. Just know that's when things might get a bit dangerous.
Asking for a friend, what's the view from the inside like?
It's a little difficult. There are slits right above the door and the side all along the vehicle, so you can stand and peer out. It seems to be a heavily armored vehicle. There's not much room to look out. Stab has kind of a similar view looking forward, kind of like the last vehicle with slits in front of him as well, so not a lot to look around unless you're riding outside of it or have a door open.
And how are those turrets attached? Like, can we get to those in the vehicle, or do we have to be on them to start with?
You have to be inside the vehicle, but the controls for those, there's no way to get to them. It seems they're operated automatically from inside the vehicle where the pilot's sitting.
Okay, remote turrets. Got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, you guys press on, driving south. Now in a vehicle.
Stab wants to ask Hayes. So the wrench couldn't fix the weapons?
He most certainly can. He needs some additional parts.
Do you know what parts they are? Is it just scrap metal?
No, what do I look like? You're the car person. But you know what? I bet Mad Maggie would have what we need. We just have to find her.
Okay. Well, the car is drivable now. I was wondering if I could keep an eye out for like maybe a wreckage. Maybe they'd have something there that we can salvage and use.
Absolutely. I guess we should all keep an eye out because, as we know, we're not alone out here.
Yeah. So everyone just be on guard, as if I have to tell you. And Stab is just gonna continue forward.
Okay.
Occasionally watching fucking Elgin ride his big ass horse, see how he's doing.
Yeah, Elgin, you're following alongside of this vehicle, and the path's not treacherous. You can ride along pretty steadily with them at your horse's almost max speed. And you're gonna ride along. Are you doing anything else while riding, or are you just focusing on staying on track?
Yeah, I'm just focused on staying on track. I'm kind of watching watching our side and seeing if keeping an eye out for anything that may or may not pop up.
Okay. In that case, you guys are going to have a pretty uneventful ride as you ride for about an hour. You don't see anything this time, not even a creature in the sky. For the first time in a while, Avernus is not trying to screw with you every second. As you start to see a large tower in the distance, and then a huge pool of red liquid, all around it. Stab, since you're the only one with a view forward, you can see that you are approaching that familiar Tower of Erm. It's still there, a little bit in the distance. And as you're getting closer, you can see what looks like a devil just standing at the coast.
Oh, as soon as Stab sees... Oh, go ahead.
It kind of looks like one of the type of devils you've definitely fought before. You've seen this thing before. One of the guys with the pole arm. He's got the crazy beard that stabs people. You've killed a few of these, actually. But he seems to be doing his hands like this as you're getting closer to that edge near the Tower of Erm. What would you like to do?
As soon as Stab sees that, he wants to... Hey, guys, do we know these people?
I'll kind of lean up to the front and look out the front window, front opening.
You can see oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, you can see a bearded devil doing this as you're getting close.
Looks like they want us to stop, man.
question is, do we want to stop?
That is, Elgin has it correct. They're in no way wanting us to stop for any good reason, other than probably to murder us and take this from us. They'll have a hard time trying, though.
Yeah, we have a wrench.
We did. You're damn right we do.
What's around them, Jimbo? Do they have vehicles around them?
You see, actually, yeah, you do see a Devil's Ride sitting next to this one.
Oh wait, can we see stuff? What'd you say? This one?
This one is flying this devil. I mean, just this bearded devil.
Oh, okay.
You got our hopes up.
All right.
Somebody
well,
ask him if he has a battle map for this.
You just, I mean, are you stopping the car, Stab? You guys are talking about this while you're still driving forward?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're
stop.
almost at him at this point if you're going your same speed.
Stab is just gonna keep on driving because it sounds like the consensus is to keep on driving.
Okay, and you keep on rolling
I would
up.
say keep on driving too. Yes.
Yeah.
Until you pull right up to the coast and right next to this bearded devil who's no longer flagging, but he's kind of like he's giving you kind of a greeting as he just waves with one arm and is just nodding as you pull the car to a stop.
Have we run out of road?
Unless if you keep
Wait,
going forward,
we're at
you
the
will.
coast.
Yeah, you're at the coast now. You'll be in the liquid lava stuff if you keep going.
All right, guys,
Not
we're
if I
here.
can see
Stab is going to say, I think this guy wants to talk to us. And he's gonna. Is there like a slit, like a side window where I could see him?
You can kind of barely see him out the front of the car now, but he's more down under you almost than anything because your vehicle's pretty big, pretty tall.
Wait, so he's at the coast with me too?
Yeah, he's just standing outside the car near the coast.
Hey, what's up, man? But Stab's not gonna get out of the car.
When you say that, he kind of tilts his body to the side like he's listening in, and then says, "Oh, is it just you in there?"
There's a bunch of us in here, man.
Oh, good. You're looking to go see the wizard?
Wait, is this the beetle dude? Do I recognize him?
No, this is a bearded devil.
Oh yeah, we're about to go see him.
You're gonna need a way to cross. I can help you.
I think we could all fly. Can't we all fly? I was just gonna look back. I was like, guys, do we need help?
I cannot fly.
Probably we need help, I would say.
We're fine, gentlemen. We're fine.
I think last time we had to sign a contract, and we had. You're not gonna make us sign a contract, are you?
Well, how am I supposed to make sure you're not gonna screw me? Of course, contracts needed.
Ah.
What kind of help is he offering?
He wants us to sign a contract like last time.
In exchange for what?
Well, what are
For
you
what?
giving us? What are you giving us?
We'll get you across to the tower. Special spell I got. Lava walking.
Oh, that sounds kind of cool, actually. Might be worth it.
Whoa! This does not sound like a real spell.
I'm not sure I've heard of lava walking.
These motherfuckers try to trick us.
I don't trust this.
I'll stick my head out a little bit. Are you just trying to get us to walk into the lava?
No, I'm trying to get paid. You want passage? Soul coins for lava walking.
How many soul coins for all of us for lava walk?
One each.
Ugh.
It'll last you,
can-
4 hours.
I mean, we could fly and just give this motherfucker one soul coin to look after the car or something.
DM question.
Uh-huh.
So the area where we are right now, so there's like a lava pit that, or a river of lava or whatever that's blocking our path.
Uh-huh.
So like how far, I guess, how much space is there like going across from I guess from Mordenkainen's place and this, where we are now, like how much lava is like between us?
So it's like a large lake with a small island almost in the middle of it. As far as feet distance, I'm not sure specifically. Maybe 300, somewhere in that area.
Okay.
350, maybe. Think like Shelby Farms from one side to the other of that lake out there.
Okay. So you want us to pay you in soul coins for a spell that'll help us cross? What guarantees do we have that this spell isn't just bullshit? We give you a soul coin, we begin to cross, and we all burn alive.
That's what the contract's for. I disobey the contract. But you know how Avernus works. I become a lesser devil. I don't want that. I want to be a better devil.
Bye, Davis.
Well, I don't know. I am dubious at best on this deal. What do the
Well,
rest of you
hold on.
think?
There's another option.
I got an idea, guys. Stab is going to get out of the car and shut the door, and I'm going to use my winged boots. I'm going to fly to Elgin, and I'm just going to try to pick him up, see if I could do that.
Well, let's look at the. Well, Elgin's in. Oh, that's right. He is outside the car. Let's
Yeah.
outside.
go look at your. What's your strength score?
14.
Okay, let's do a little math here. What is your weight right now from items, Elgin?
27.4. My math isn't so good because I have 14 strength.
Let's see. Right now, 84.5 pounds.
That's not heavy at all.
That's just his equipment. So, Stab, you go to lift him.
How much is that big ass man?
And he is. You get him off the ground just barely, but it's a struggle.
Oh shit, man. Maybe
I
if you got
weigh just FYI, Stab. I weigh 275 pounds without all this.
Jeez.
I'm a big dude.
Yeah, I was stupid.
Actually, I have an idea. I want to try something.
Mm-hmm.
You said there's like probably a few hundred feet between us and where we need to be, right?
Yep.
This may not work, but I'm gonna just turn around. I'm gonna turn away from the bearded devil. I'm just gonna face the direction of Mordenkainen's tower or whatever the hell it is, and I'm just gonna start shouting at the top of my lungs.
Okay.
Mordenkainen! We have what it is you want!
Oh, I don't know if you should be saying that out loud. Stab is gonna be like, man, maybe it's not a good idea to yell that we have something valuable in this place.
Well, I was going to suggest we let Renchi fly over there, let him know, and then we can maybe wait here for him to come back.
That is fair. But too late.
Not to mention, we could probably send most everybody else, and you could watch the vehicle for us.
I didn't care for the wizard anyway.
Oh, you staying put then? Is that what we're doing?
That works for me.
You don't get any response, Elgin, after about 15, 20 seconds.
Then I suggest you fly.
Alrighty.
Oi, bunch of cheapos, huh? And the bearded devil crosses his arms.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
we're not just shitting out soul coins left and right. Do you think this thing is soul coin efficient? And I'd point back to the giant fucking thing we just rolled up in.
He looks up at it and goes, you're adventurous. You don't belong here. You've probably collected 30 or 40 by now.
Well, that's
That
none
guy-
of your business, is it?
He turns away and looks towards the Tower of Erm. Well, I'm here if you change your mind.
You just might.
Thank you.
Shit. Lava kick. All right, all right, boys. How we flying? We holding hands, Peter Pan style, or what? Doya, you could just change all willy nilly, right? How does that work?
It'd take us 1 to get across. You think Mordenkainen is going to be a little annoyed if I'm running around this place as a giant eagle?
Probably, yes.
I don't think so.
We'll see. If he
Got
doesn't
a
like it,
business forest. He likes nature.
do have a point there. It's been a while since I've seen a good tree. Maybe another to get back. I can get us there and back, I think. But that'll be it. If we need Animal Doya for anything else, we're out of luck for at least a little while.
Hmm.
Lulu nudges you, Stab, and then says,
Hmm?
Should I stay with Elgin? He's gonna be all alone.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea, Lulu.
Hey,
Elgin.
Elgin! And she just flies over to you immediately, Elgin, and starts circling you.
Lulu, let me talk to Elgin for a bit.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Elgin, you cool with her being with you, man? You cool with that?
Yes, I'm fine.
All right, just making sure. Look after it, man. I don't want her to lose her twice, you know. All right, Lulu.
I will watch after her.
Look after Elgin for me.
Okay.
All right.
You know, Lulu, when we get back, there's a game I want to play with you.
No. What game is it? You tell me first, and then I'll say if it's okay.
I'm gonna lean over to Stab and go, let's see what Lulu can remember after coming back.
Oh, okay. That sounds. That's kind of boring.
I think
That's a
Lulu
fun
enjoy
game.
it.
That's a good game.
Yeah.
That's cool.
While they go on, I'm gonna have my horse just kind of lay down, and I'm gonna lay like kind of sitting with my back towards the tower. I'm gonna kind of focus back towards the vehicle, and just kind of lean back and sit down and chill for a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Elgin, you get comfy next to your horse, standing near this bearded devil who sometimes just looks over at you, and then the moment you make eye contact, he does like a smug and just looks back towards the little lava lake. Lulu settles down next to you as well and just sits, just looking out over the lake.
Elgin, you can take the car and you know, we'll wait at a different place, or you know, you don't have to stay with this dude.
I mean, I'm fine. It's not gonna matter.
All right.
He's not.
Oh,
It's an NPC is not bothering me. He's imaginary.
all right. Anyways, Doya, you're not totally defenseless if you can't change to an animal. You got that staff, right?
Oh yeah. I'm
Alright.
the same Doya you've come to know and love and respect.
Alrighty, let's roll, man. Go ahead and turn to an eagle.
Quick question though. Who's got the blood?
Oh, Hayes has gallons of it.
I have so much blood.
So much blood. Okay. Just making sure who's got what. And I will change into a giant eagle.
Okay.
All right, let's roll.
You turn to a giant eagle, Doya. And you take to the skies.
Stab
I
follows
would-
suit.
Like to swoop around and grab Hayes.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
You swoop over and grab Hayes by his, I guess his shoulders, so you're just carrying him?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You,
Lord of the Rings style.
take to the skies, Hayes.
If you drop me and I'm like just looking down at the lava, don't get any wise ideas.
Let me, here we go. Okay, so you guys start heading over the lava lake towards the Tower of Erm. Elgin, you see your allies now flying over this large lake. With Hayes being dangled in the back. All right, and you guys are able to make it across without much issue, and you land on some of the stones on the outside of the tower. Elgin, I'm going to add your token over here just so you can see what's going on as well.
Okay.
I can find you. Where are you? There you are. And here's our tower. Elgin, you're going to be out in the lava, though, but you're okay, I promise.
Yeah.
Lava. He's got the lava step.
Bird Doya lands and drops you, Hayes, on these stones. And Stab, you land with your boots on those stones as well. You're all across.
All right. Let's roll.
There doesn't seem to be anyone here right now as well.
Oh, what the hell? Wasn't there is there a deck right here?
Oh my god, Elgin's in the lava.
There is it looks like a balcony up there.
Alright, and there's a front door.
Yep.
I
Alright.
want to do like a quick scan and make sure I don't see any like predator-esque shimmering demon outlines standing around.
Sure, make a perception check.
I'll look with my special eye.
Actually, no, don't make a perception check. I'll let you choose. Make a perception or an arcana check.
I'll do Arcana.
Okay. You look and you scan out the perimeter around this tower. And as you're looking, it looks very faint, but you see one predatorous shimmer right up here.
Oh, hell no. Not today. They're not gonna get us today. And I'm going to point out the shimmer as best I can to Doya and Stab. Is Elgin here with us? Or is
No.
he actually still...
He's watching the car with Lulu.
Yep.
Okay.
My token is only here so I can see what's happening.
Yep.
And I'm going to say, look, right over there. Look, you can see just the faintest out here. And I'll reach into my bag and I'll grab my magnifying glass out and hold it in front of Stab's face.
That fucking work?
Look at it.
Does Stab see it better? What does Stab see?
It doesn't help you see it at all, Stab. But you're looking where he's pointing, and if you want, you can make a perception or arcana, or just a perception check for you to see if there's something there.
All right, hold on a second, buddy. I know you spent like 85 gold on that, but it's not really helping.
I
What
do
I
with
tell-
advantage, since he's pointed out as well.
All right, what we got? Oh, advantage is twice, right?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, your first one would have succeeded. You do see some sort of shimmer a little bit in the distance. Doya, you can absolutely see it as well.
I think I can see his breathing.
I do see it. Should we call out and say, "Hey, we see you"? Because last time they didn't attack us, did they? They just kind of hid.
They tried to pull some fast shit is what they tried to do. I think they should know we're here. In fact, they're
Alright.
probably looking at us. And I'll just hold up a middle finger.
You hold up a middle finger at it.
Is there anything
I'm
happening?
just
You see it shift.
I'm just
slightly, too.
imagining that video with like the two dogs across the pond from each other and they're just yelling at each other. Hey! Hey! Fuck you!
It's still just shimmering over there.
I'll do that. I'll say, hey! Hey! Fuck you!
You hear
I
it.
see you!
When you
Easy,
s-
buddy. Easy, buddy.
When you say that, you actually get a response as you hear called out to you. Hey, fuck you, buddy.
Hey, where's is Mordenheimer here?
The creature actually lets down its invisibility as it now appears in front of you. It looks like a few of these things you fought before, and it's just standing over there, like looking at you now. It has its huge great axe in its right hand at its side, but it's just yelling out to you. Hey, whatever you're here for, hurry up and just deal with it, okay?
Okay. Stab is going to just walk towards the front door. Where is it at? Is it?
What are
is it
you
this
doing
one?
here all sneaky and invisible?
Well,
I'm
what
just
are you
kinda
doing here?
I asked you first.
It's okay, Hayes. We don't need a. He doesn't seem very hostile. Let's just like not make any more enemies than we should, man. You know?
Suppose you're right.
As you approach the front door, you hear him under his breath say, "Bunch of assholes."
Ah, no. Don't do anything. Don't say anything. Just let it go. Let it go. And he's kind of right.
I'll kind of look. I'm just gonna give him that. I'm gonna give him the look.
You look at him and he just kind of he rolls his eyes, just looks off to the side when you do that.
If he knew,
Yes.
how many of them we killed, he would be talking so much trash.
You
Yeah,
start getting brushed by feathers from Doya as he's sort of kind of moving to you towards the door.
I'm go. Get your fucking wings off of me.
Oh shit! Doya turned into an eagle. Stab takes his hairs out and wants to know what happened to the hairs.
Those hairs were gone the moment he transformed back to a regular person.
That's dumb. Anyways, is there a big ass door in front of us?
Whoops, did I make Doya invisible? Didn't do that.
Yeah.
There are some big ass doors in front of you.
Stab is going to knock.
You knock on the door.
Unless there's knockers, then he's going to use the knockers.
And there's those big old rings in front of it, yeah. You use those,
Yeah,
you
just
start
get a
knocking
good
on the
old-
door, and you get no response.
Stab checks to see if the door's open.
It is definitely not. In fact, it doesn't even budge like it's locked. It's just solid.
Ah. These fucking doors are fucking broken. Hold on, guys. Let me see if he's on the balcony. Stab's gonna fly towards the balcony.
You fly up near the balcony, and as you fly to the height of the balcony, out of the ground immediately forms a very familiar visage of Mordenkainen. Although this is supposed to emulate him being above you, but since you're flying up, you're both normal size. As he holds out a hand and says, "Hey, whoa, no magical flying here. Back on the ground, right now."
Oh, okay.
Go on
My
now.
bad. Stab flies to the ground.
Well,
Hey,
who were you talking to?
I think he's talking to me, man. He was looking at me. Mr. Mordenkainer, we have the stuff.
He peers over the balcony and looks down, kind of back and forth, and says, it's you guys. You're
Yeah.
you're back. You brought the livers or the what'd you bring me?"
Tell him, Hayes. Tell him what you got.
I'll reach into my bag and I'll pull out the multiple flasks of Shunrath's blood, and I'll just kind of have got them kind of like in between my fingers, and just kind of shake them back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, do we get extra credit for more than one vial?
He looks down at all the vials you start pulling out and says, "Wow, it's a little overkill, ain't it? Would you bleed them dry?"
We should have.
Yeah, well, it don't matter to me. You got the stuff that... Hold on a second. And you see him look out towards the distance, over in this direction, as he starts yelling, Shrin, is that you? We've been over this. Tell Bell he can kiss my ass, okay? Go on, go tell him. And you go tell him these people are here too. Tell him all the stuff you tell him. And he's just yelling, and this devil reappears and just lets out an audible sigh and just says, "I'm gonna. You didn't have to tell me. I'm gonna do it anyhow." And just starts flaps his wings and starts flying off.
Yeah, we saw that guy here. What a dick.
He's been reporting the comings and goings, whoever's coming here for I don't know how long. I didn't mind, but he's still, no one's even here and he's still there. Like, that's just way too much dedication. You need to get the hell out of here. But none of that. You can just come in, and I'll bring you where you need to be brought. And you hear the doors start opening at the base of this tower as the Mordenkainen above vanishes.
All right, Stab walks in.
Do I look like I will
hobby.
fit through these doors?
It looks like you'll fit. It looks like big creatures come through here sometimes too.
I'll shuffle my way in.
Okay, and that's actually where we're gonna call it for the evening.
Hey.
We made it back to the Tower of Erm and got some fat loot. Look at that.
And a son.
Yeah, that was your fat loot. You have a homunculus, I think it's called,
It is.
and your soul, good and bad. There.
Yeah. We'll see how that plays out.
Oh, I'm
got a
excited to see how
stick.
that plays out.
It's jiggly.
Doya, actually, you got more than the stick. I was going to tell you this after the session because I couldn't think of a good way to tell you up front. When Tarlok said
Okay.
you get wiser now every day, he meant that quite literally. Every time you complete a long rest, you roll 1d4 and you gain whatever that number is to all skill checks for that day.
So happy.
And it's just skill checks, not attribute, skill checks. But it's 1d4. Every time you long rest, it can be that. So yeah, there you go. That was your final thing. So what y'all think? Tarlok Arlok wrapped up. You were able to get back to a car. You made it back to the Tower of Erm with a lot of blood. What's the expectation here?
Dude, fucking 180. This entire thing, from flipped over cars to fucking winged boots and magic wrenches and shit. Man, feeling unstoppable right now.
Unstoppable, huh? Oh,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know. Definitely live if stuff's going bad, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what you do with
Feel
those
good.
boots.
But impending doom is most certainly on the horizon.
Don't worry, guys. I got a stick.
You got a
Don't
good
worry,
stick.
guys.
Did you tell anyone what it was?
I have not yet, but I should. It's a staff of healing.
Hey!
I don't know what that is.
So
So it just heals us.
I can. I'm a medic with a stick now.
All right.
My guy.
I can
Very-
cast mass cure wounds.
very
Oh,
helpful if all of you need some HP restoring.
I got winged boots. If you guys die, I could run away.
You can do that pretty easily with those boots. There is a limiter on them, though, which I'm keeping in mind. You're not using them that often right now, but pay attention to that. You got to keep up with it, right? Honor system.
Okay. 4 hours is a long fucking time.
What?
It says I could use it intermittently, and as soon as it all adds up to 4 hours, that's when it needs to recharge.
That is correct.
Yeah, I'm keeping up with it.
Good. Well, any comments and whatnot before I close us out here?
I don't think so. We made progress on the studio last weekend.
Yeah, we did. We made some pretty good progress on that. I got a bunch of stuff dangling from my ceiling right now in there, so we're getting close. Also, we're gonna have a better table in the future too. I've got that in the works as well. We're gonna build one. It's gonna be sweet.
Yeah.
We just got to build you a better internet connection, too.
Jesus, yeah, I know it's a stream. For those watching this via stream, I know it's been lagging a lot tonight. I apologize for that. I don't know why. Hadn't been like this in a while, but you know, sometimes when it's time to actually meet together and do D&D, the internet gods want to shut us down. So what are you gonna do? But the VOD should be pretty crisp when I upload it. So this will be on YouTube. I'll probably upload it. I'll upload it after this actually, so it'll be up tonight. I guess yeah. I'm gonna close this out here. Everyone, thank you for watching tonight via Twitch, YouTube, or however you did. We do this every Monday night. This is our Descent into Avernus campaign. Starts at 7 p.m. Central. In most cases, sometimes life happens and we gotta take a break here and there. But we're back for now. We also have this is a whole different crew. I guess I should say I have a Wednesday night game now that starts at 8:30 p.m. Central, I believe. That's the Wild Beyond the Witchlight. That is a complete 180 from this world. So not in hell, but instead at a carnival, doing things with face stuff and whatnot. It's a lot of fun. I got a different group for it, and I think they might have been watching tonight. So hey, y'all, if you're out there, how you doing?
Yay.
It is a lot of fun. It is way different to DM Carney games than DM Demons and Devils all the time. So it's a fun transition. So check that out if you get curious. And we will have our third campaign that we're going to talk in more detail about later. We got to get some more details about that, figure some things out, and get the studio up and running first. We can't even start before that. So not going to mention that one this time, but know that you'll hear about it later. Like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you love, tell me what you hate, say anything, give me attention, please. Attention. It just needs some feedback. If we get 100 YouTube subscribers, our YouTube link can change from YXLG927K765 to, I made those up, by the way, to just Cloak and Stagger. So that'd be cool. I'd appreciate that. But that's all I've got.
And we appreciate all of the gifted subs, the resubs, and all that good stuff from tonight. Thank you all.
Yeah,
very
all
much.
that has absolutely gone to the studio. Got a big old list of stuff. Just a couple more things that we just got to do the work for. So yeah, we appreciate it. All that being said, I suppose that's it. Thanks for being here tonight, guys. See you next time. Have a good one.